So what about this waste cardboard idea, then?
Sounds a good idea, if we had somewhere to store it.
We don't want to store it, we want to sell it.
Yeah, but it's no good picking it up in bits and pieces, is it? Because it'd cost us a fortune in petrol.
Oh, that's true. Well, we could store it out the back.
We'd only get complaints.
Oh, hello, Annabelle.
Hello, Pat.
Come in.
I've called about the rubbish.
See? Told you we'd get complaints, and that's only thinking about the idea.
What rubbish?
Well, I understand that you're thinking of clearing rubbish for a small fee.
Where'd you hear that?
I've just been talking to Barry Grant.
Oh. Yeah, we're thinking about it, but we're not sure whether it's worth our while.
Oh, I'm sure people would be willing to pay, especially when they know there are rats about.
You're joking, rats?
Yes. Well, Barry's going to get a gun, but that's no use if the rubbish is still here.
Yeah. What do you think, then?
Yeah, it sounds all right to me. Charge a pound a house, eh?
Sounds okay, yeah. What do you think, Annabelle?
No.
No?
Worth at least 2.
Fair enough. I hate rats. You've been cheating.
Well, it could be anywhere by now.
Could it have found its way back home?
Oh, don't talk soft.
They're supposed to be intelligent, aren't they, rats?
Intelligent? They have to be a genius to find its way back to Vazachley. It's 2 buses.
It has been gone all night.
Nah, they couldn't.
Phone Mickey up and ask him. Hey, what a story that'll make for the press.
Oh, aye, yeah. What am I going to say to Mickey? All right, Mick. We've lost your rat, Madeline. She hasn't found her way home by any chance.
There are ways. You'd have to be subtle.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I could say. All right, Mick. Has anything, really odd happened to you lately?
What are we going to do, then?
I don't know. I'm going to be dead upset, you know.
He's also going to want a tenner.
Will the photos be ready yet?
Yeah, they should be ready now.
Well, let's hope that the rat's on at least one of them.
Hey. Do you think we're destined to be broke all the time?
Someone's got to be.
Oh, rats!
I gotta get back.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk, make plans.
I'm talking here.
Oh, this evening, early. Be quiet then.
Said I wouldn't be late.
Tell you you've got to work late at the office. It is month ending, isn't it?
All right. We do have a lot to talk about.
Don't look so worried. Everything's going to be just fine.
Oh, well, they're great today, aren't they?
Oh, I got a lovely one on my left foot. Oh, look, one at Collins' back door. And across his fence. But there's no sign of Madeline anywhere.
I couldn't help it. She was a very quick rat.
Do you have to do that in here?
Yeah,
I wonder how Rob got on.
he'll be all right. He showed them, didn't he?
Didn't you go making out he was right, man?
Not to him, I won't, but he showed a bit of bottle plant more on that teacher.
Billy, stop talking like that. I hope he was all right.
Stop worrying. He'll be back in school. That'll be forgotten in a couple of days.
I was made up when he said he was going back. It was different at dinner, you know. No way was he changing his mind.
Why did he?
I don't know. I even threatened him with you.
Oh, thanks very much. Someone must have decided him.
Yeah, what though? Still, he went. That's the main thing.
Well, perhaps he's gone back to sort out the perverts who wrote the filth in the first place.
Oh, I hope not. I just want it all to fade away quietly.
It might fade away even quicker if they could be found and punished.
I wonder why anybody'd write things like that about our Tracy.
They're bent, that's why.
Yeah, but why her? She keeps herself to herself. I don't think she's ever had a big fallout with anybody. Do you think she could have had a crush on him that started it all off?
Go away. Our Tracy. She's a little girl. Our baby.
She's 15, and in this day and age, that's nearly a young woman.
She's probably got fellas the same age, but a bloke 10 years older. She probably considers him nearly ready for retirement.
Mr. Hargreaves.
Who?
He used to teach us biology. I remember being head over heels with him. Of course, he didn't know.
Nobody wrote things on the wall about you then, eh?
Of course not.
Of course, there was no aerosols in those days, really.
The way? It's just that I kept it all to myself.
Oh, and how long did this one-way affair last then, eh?
I don't know. About 3 weeks.
Oh, they said it would never last.
And then Mr. Wright came along.
Me?
No, Mr. Wright, the sports teacher.
It's no wonder you failed your O-levels, you.
On some days when he had his shorts on, I looked lovely.
Oh, confessions of a failed O-leveler. Any more?
Not that I can remember. They never knew. Wonder where they are now.
Probably all dead now. It was a long time ago.
Thanks very much.
All right.
All right, lads.
We're shifting rubbish, if you're interested.
Well, that's very good of you, lads.
£2 an house.
£2?
What's juice for the vet?
What does it run on? Glenfiddich?
Suit yourself. There's a load of rats about.
I haven't seen any.
Well, the Collinses have. They're all in there rubbish.
Well, they must have better scraps than ours. Go on, then. But for £2, I'm not getting my hands dirty. It's all down to you two.
All part of service?
Yeah. I'll stay in for the rest of the week now. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not right, you know.
It's well worth £2.
Hey, the whole of the movement's fighting against privatisation. And blimey, it's happening here in my own backyard.
Bob, I've only had the rubbish shifted. I haven't started campaigning for the Tory party.
Look, I know it's only a little thing, but little things have a nasty habit of growing up into great big things, like the Tory party.
Bob, the rubbish was up to the back door. There's disposable nappies out there, days old, rotting food. Now, what am I supposed to do? Wait until our Claire gets cholera or gets bitten by a rat?
We're undermining the bin men's struggle for survival, kid.
Well, I'm sorry about that, love, but I've got to think about our survival.
Well, I tell you what, I hope when they go to dump it, they haven't got to cross a picket line, that's all.
Oh, well, we're all compromising all the time, aren't we? This is just another example.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's just that there's a lot of good people put a big effort into making a stand in this city.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure that did as much good in the long run.
Well, of course it did. There's got to be more to life than making a quick profit at somebody else's expense.
Yeah, but we're nearly all as bad as them, aren't we?
How do you mean?
You and me. I mean, we're supposed to be on the left, but left of what?
The right.
Yeah, but we're right-wing just by being where we are.
What, here in the close?
No, in Britain. I mean, if the Labour Party got in tomorrow, it wouldn't matter much to the rest of the world, would it? I mean, we'd still be smug and rich in comparison to most of them.
Has this got anything to do with your course?
Yes, it has, actually. But I've always felt that way. We've been studying Liverpool's role in the slave trade.
The slave trade? What's that got to do with the bin men going on strike?
Nothing. But it has got to do with you getting on to me about giving money to Terry and Pat.
Go on.
Well, they abolished the slave trade, right? They've stopped using kids in factories, in mills, and putting them up chimneys. We've made a lot of reforms. Our standard of living's gone up tremendously.
Yeah, go on, I'm still with you, I think.
Right, well, I bet you can't walk down the street and tell me who's on the left and who's on the right, like you could at the turn of the century.
Well, what's wrong with getting rid of the cloth cap image? What's wrong with working class people wearing decent clothes?
Nothing. As long as you realise that you've gone over to the right.
Rubbish.
It's not rubbish. Look, the true socialist would have stuck to the cloth cap one suit principle and he'd given all his extra money to fight inequality, not just here in Britain, but in the rest of the world.
Equality throughout the world?
Yeah.
My God, that's a mammoth task.
And so are all those other reforms. So, love, until you get rid of all your excess furniture and all your other excess materials, don't go lecturing to me about the struggle and paying £2 to have my rubbish removed.
You're really enjoying this course, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Mind you, the more I learn, the more I realise what a rotten lot we really are. Do you know, I think I ought to do something about it.
Like what?
I don't know yet.
Sheila, you're not going to Greenham Common, are you, almost worth, please? Oh, come on. I'm only joking.
Scratch the surface of any man and the chauvinist pig's not too far down.
Excuse me, madam. I think I better carry that for you, OK?
Yes, I think you better add.
How far away's the dump? 6 or 7 miles till we cross the border.
We're dumping rubbish, not rustling cattle.
Yeah, well, I'm not crossing no picket line.
Fair enough, partner.
Hey, look at that, a rat! Hey, stamp on it! Good shot. Hey, did you do that?
I was just a bit lucky, Ted.
Hey, well-fed little beast, wasn't it?
What are we going to do with it?
Shovel it up with the rest of the rubbish.
Go ahead, then.
Cheers.
Come here.
Had any luck with the cash?
No, I went to see Frank Roach this morning. He's usually good for a few bob as well, but there's nothing down for him. Except he lent us the gun.
Don't know if this will help you. We got a leaflet shoved through the door this morning about personal loans.
Anything's worth a try, innit?
Come over after and give us a knock, eh?
Yeah, all right.
Hey, don't touch it. I'll be full of fleas. One shot. Good, eh?
That was a bit of a lucky shot, sir. Oh, look, just there.
Hey.
Lucky. That's Madeline.
Madeline.
What, you knew her, eh?
Hi. Where have you been?
You'll never believe it. I was kept working late at the office. Well, aren't you going to offer me a drink?
What would you like?
My usual, silly.
White wine and light scotch, please.
Large scotch.
It's been a long day.
I've decided to tell my parents that I won't be seeing you again.
What? Why?
Well, it's for the best. I've got to live there for the time being, and they'll only keep on at me. So I'll tell them they're right. It's all over. And then maybe I can have some peace again.
But you will keep on seeing me.
Of course I will. It should keep them sweet for as long as it takes, don't you think?
Is it wise to deceive your parents?
Well, it's the only way. It'll take the pressure off you as well. At least you won't have my father pinning you to the wall with his Victorian values.
You know how I feel about you.
And me about you.
I don't want you hurt. But I don't think I can go on like this.
Well, I can't go on like this either. Are you sure it's the right time to tell Penny about us? Do you love me?
Yes.
And I love you too, and that's all that matters. You only get one chance in life, James, so you have to be selfish at the important times. I'll tell my parents it's all over between us, and that should ease things a lot. You have to be strong, James.
I've got the children to think about as well.
Do you know when I realised that it would be all right between us? Not when we were in bed or anything like that, but when my father told you not to see me again. I knew then that you were prepared to do anything so that we could be together.
I've decided what to do.
What's that?
Adopt a child.
The house is already bulging at the seams.
Well, that's no problem, love. The kid can stay in Africa or India or wherever it is now.
I think you better explain, hadn't you, kid?
Well, it's a scheme where you send £8 something a month. Now, we can afford that, can't we? Because it's less than £3 a week.
Go on.
Well, when I say adopt, actually, I mean sponsor. You send this money, and that's to pay for the kids' clothing and education, and it helps the rest of the family. And you swap letters so you know your money's getting through. Socialism in practice.
Yeah, all right.
Well, you agree?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. Another brother or a sister?
That's right.
Hey, well, while you're on about helping people, you know, practical socialism and all that, couldn't lend a tenner, could you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a nice place, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I wonder what it was before it was a restaurant.
A small carpet warehouse. Not small carpets, small press.
That's interesting. How do you know that?
I looked it up in the planning department. Yes, it's a wonderful building. The Victorians built things to last.
Never knock anything down till you built something better. Isn't that what they used to say?
Yes, that's right. Right, they took a pride in their work. Even in the details that are never going to be seen. As much care went into the finish of these foundations as the external wall. Yeah, I've seen Victorian sewers with elaborate brickwork. It's marvellous. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit of a hobby horse of mine, Victorian engineering.
You must love your work.
Hate it.
That's not the impression you give.
Well, I love being an architect, but I'm in a bit of a dead-end job, along with a lot of other people.
What sort of things do you design?
I'm not exactly Christopher Wren. I mean, I've disappointed him with all the design of St. John's Beacon, that sort of thing. Council housing is what I've made it up.
Someone's got to do the boring bits. Sorry. I didn't mean that to sound the way it did.
Yeah, that's right. It's true. I set out to revolutionize the industry, but that seems a long time ago now.
You've still got time to do it.
Well, that's kind of you to say, but I know the realities. You know, I'd settle for designing a public toilet so long as it was just my own creation.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck. Seems a modest dream.
Oh, but it's only one of many much more flamboyant dreams.
Tell me more.
No. I've talked enough about myself. I do tend to do that at times. How are you getting on with your work?
Ooh. I have a rather traditional boss at the moment.
A woman's place is in the home?
Probably more specific than that. The kitchen.
Oh.
Thanks for that.
Hey, don't forget it. I'd say she's 10 tomorrow.
Not the washing up. Going back to school. It's a big man who could admit he was wrong.
If only we had his phone number.
What good would that do?
Well, if he answered, we'd know she wasn't out with him.
Look, Paul, it's early yet. Give her another hour or so before we do anything.
And what can we do except phone him?
I don't know, Paul, but don't take it out on me.
Sorry. When she came back from France, I was foolish enough to think we could all get on. And dare I say it, be happy. Now this mess.
Sit down, Paul.
Married man with children.
She's not the first, and I don't suppose she'll be the last.
She's the only daughter we've got.
Fancy crying over a rat?
I felt bad.
I thought he'd been all right when we gave him the tenner.
You shouldn't have told him he gave it a proper burial, though.
Well, what did you want me to tell him? The truth?
I don't know. I didn't realise he thought so much about it.
Well, it's dead and gone now. Hey, you've got to think of a way to get the tenner back to me, our fella.
We'll have to work it off.
I haven't got nothing we can sell.
The blaster went last week. I can't even do any more busking.
What about your camera?
No, it's me dad's. What about you?
No. Oh, it's all right. See if our Barry's got a few bob.
I must go.
You're not driving.
How am I going to get home?
I shall pour you into a taxi.
Oh, God. Penny will go spare when she sees me like this. An abandoned car as well. Oh.
We'll be leaving her soon, so what does it matter what she thinks?
You're right. You're absolutely right. If she's worried about me coming home drunk now, and she needn't worry for long, because I won't be coming home at all soon.
Well, don't go telling her tonight.
Tell her. Tell her what?
That you're leaving her. Well, don't even tell her even if she has a go at you. It's not fair, and she probably wouldn't believe you.
Absolutely right.
It has to be done properly.
Kids will be in bed now.
You'll see them in the morning. I'll get off and tell my parents it's all over. As we agreed.
Yes. Everything is going to be fine. Just dandy.
I'm divorced. Did I tell you?
No, you didn't.
Would you still come with me if I'd still been married?
Somehow I don't think you'd have asked me. Do you know why I'm divorced?
Oh, I knew you were single.
How?
Well, because you were going to get married. And as a respectable accountant, I don't think you'd risk bigamy.
Elementary, my dear Nicholas.
Do you mind me asking why you didn't get married?
No, I don't mind at all. I felt he'd take my life over completely, and I don't want that.
What? You don't accept them? Oh, Heather. Do you really believe this? My checkbook's at home.
And you don't have enough cash to cover the bill.
It's the first time I tried to use the damn thing. It pestered me for months to get one. It gave me a free gift for introducing a friend. An insulated bag for keeping wine cool at picnics. I'll never use it.
Well, I'll give you a reason to use it.
What's that?
I'll cook a meal for you. No need to bother about credit cards. Just turn up with a nice chilled bottle of wine in your insulated bag.
I'd love to do that. If you're serious.
Of course I'm serious.
And I'll repay you for this meal.
No, you won't. You decorated for me. Which reminds me.
Taxi. It's Lucy.
Oh, thank goodness. Now stay calm, Paul.
I'll do no such thing. Where have you been? Why didn't you ring and tell us you'd be late?
I've been to see James. And I've told him I won't be seeing him anymore.
Really?
You were right, Dad. Seeing a married man isn't where my future lies. It isn't what I want. And I'm really sorry for all the upset I've caused you. And I promise I'll never let it happen to me again.
Well, over on UK Gold next, it's Neighbours, whilst here on UK Living, we've Trivial Pursuit.